You're tuned into the first newscast devoted to the Highland Lakes area. Local team coverage on Tribune Headline News, bringing you the stories you care about now. Hi everyone, I'm Connie Swinney. Federal relief could be on the way for those affected by the recent brush fires. However, Spicewood area families may not be eligible yet. We have details. And more changes in store for the Marble Falls Economic Development Corporation. Those stories, plus a possible break in the triple-digit heat on the way. But first, we have a traffic fatality to tell you about involving a 21-year-old Coppers Cove man. Curtis Dwayne Mendenhall died around 2:30 a.m. on Burnett County Road 207 on September 10th. DPS investigators say his 2010 Jeep Wrangler flipped at a curb on the rural road in a remote, far northern part of the county. A passenger in the vehicle was uninjured. In our next headline, federal aid may be on the way for some individuals affected by the brush fires. Dozens of homes were destroyed in Spicewood and surrounding communities. Thousands of acres were scorched in our viewing area. So far, federal funding is available to Bastrop County residents affected by the blaze. Individuals can apply for assistance in the form of low-cost loans for the uninsured, temporary housing vouchers, and grants. Federal officials say damage estimates are still underway and additional counties could still be added to the list for aid. Coming up in your forecast, we have a special weather guest. Erika Crawford-Paige of Crawford Photography joins us. She has a flair for bringing you the forecast. Stay tuned. We're back. Our guest weather host frequently shares her amazing images with us for news and feature stories. Some of the most memorable photography from Erika Crawford-Paige include coverage of a cliff accident at Devil's Waterhole at Inks Lake State Park. And who can forget how she captured these fantastic images of the Burnett homecoming festivities? She has an online photography business you can find at the address on your screen. Erika is also the wife of one of our advertising sales executives, Larry Page. We're proud to have her as our guest. Here she is with your forecast.
Hello everybody, I'm Erika Crawford with your ThePicayuneTV weather forecast. Let's talk about the next 3 days. The temps will hover around 100 and dip to a cool 70 degrees in the evenings. A few wind gusts to tell you about as well. You can expect a high in your Wednesday near 100. With winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour, we might see some increasing cloud cover. That could result in a few moments of shade here and there. Our Wednesday night low will fall to 70 degrees. By Thursday, mostly sunny and hot with a high near 97. Thursday's overnight low will dip just below 70 with the mostly cloudy skies. By Friday, a little break from the triple-digit heat, with a high in the mid-90s under partly sunny skies. We are still under a hazardous weather warning due to the heat. We may see some relief in the next few days. Tune into ThePicayuneTV for more updates. Thanks for watching. I'm Erika Crawford.
Great job, Erika. Thanks for that report. And we look forward to having you back. Here's what's coming up in sports.
We're going to be going to the great outdoors, but we're not going to be talking football. We'll give you all those details coming up in sports.
We are established. We are qualified. We are certified. We are knowledgeable. We are dependable. We are Ken's Heating and Air. Our people make the difference.
Coach Larry Berkman takes a hands-on approach to coaching, and he takes that same approach to handling your car. So join Coach's team and give your car, truck, or boat the MVP treatment at Coach Wash, where our customers call the plays.
We're going to go outside, and instead of going to the football field, we're going to go to the cross-country course, and that's because the Burnett High School cross-country team was in Llano for its invitational on Saturday. Now, of course, the Bulldogs were the only team from Burnett to send a full boys team led by Humberto Mejia, who was 17th out of 117 runners in 18 minutes and 8 seconds, followed by Catherine Drake, who was 34th out of 120 runners on the female side. She, of course, finished in 13 minutes and 18 seconds. We're going to stay outside and talk a little bit of Marble Falls tennis, and that's because the Mustangs are busy preparing this week for the start of District 25 4A play. In case you don't know, the way that the District 25 4A coaches decided to rate the tournament seedings is through a round robin. So while in years past you had to play everybody in order to determine head-to-head competition on who got to go to the playoffs, in team tennis this year, everybody is playing each other for seedings. They will have one 3-day tournament, District 25 4A 3-day tournament at the end of October, and then based off the round robin that they're doing right now, they're going to decide the seedings. Once you have the seedings, then the top 2 teams going in will receive byes. The other 4 teams will be playing each other until you come up with the top 2 teams, and then those 2 teams will go on to the playoffs. Of course, Marble Falls will be at Leander Rouse 4 o'clock Friday, but before they do that, they are going to be hosting an outstanding Fredericksburg tennis team at the Marble Falls tennis courts on the high school campus beginning at 4 o'clock. That's it for sports. I'm Jennifer Fierro. Connie, back to you.
Jennifer, thanks. There could be more new faces on the Marble Falls Economic Development Corporation soon. This video shows the existing board. However, Karen Carter on the far right has recently resigned. She was originally appointed for a 2-year term in June 2010. Marble Falls City Council recently appointed 2 new members to the EDC before her resignation. The Board of Directors also recently hired Marble Falls Lake LBJ Chamber Executive Director Christian Fletcher to lead the corporation. The Marble Falls City Council has approved also allowing non-Marble Falls residents who live in Burnett County within 10 miles of the city limits to serve on the EDC. Those were your headlines. Thanks for watching. The Picayune Roundup with more local 9/11 anniversary images is next.
Because experience matters. For home, auto, business, health, and life, we are here for you. When Galloway experts make top providers compete for your business, you win. The Galloway Insurance Team, since 1935. Burnett, Horseshoe Bay, and Marble Falls.
Hello everyone, I'm Amber Weems. This is the Picayune Roundup. You're watching us on Northland Channel 15. In this week's episode, we find Boy Scouts who are always prepared. This time participating in the brush fire relief effort and a proclamation for a local historian. Those features in a moment, but first, a patriotic message straight from the mouth of babes. We captured these images at the 9/11 musical tribute at First United Methodist Church. Organizers held 2 shows on Saturday and Sunday to mark the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001. The church event included performances by the Only Time Dancers and the Homeland Dancer, the Joyful Choir and the 9/11 Choir, as well as Saints Alive and John Arthur Martinez.
It's an honor, first of all, to be asked to participate in this event at the United Methodist Church, but secondly, we should never forget, and so I think it's important to remember.
Participants honored first responders, the military, and the memories of those killed during the attacks. We'd like to share a few images with you of Boy Scouts from Westlake who have come to our area to help those affected by the recent devastating fires. You're looking at photographs of Troop 70 helping with the cleanup effort on Paleface Point Drive in Spicewood. The youngsters also rolled up their sleeves and assisted with the painstaking process of salvaging what they could for the landowner. As you can see, there wasn't much left of one of the structures on the property. They spent much of the day on Saturday helping with the cleanup. We salute the Boy Scouts for joining the brush fire relief effort. In our final 2 features, officials recognize the work of a local historian.
And whereas Carol Debo preserved the history of Burnett County by compiling award-winning volumes 1 and 2 for the Burnett County history in 1979, along with companion volumes of Burnett County cemetery history.
Burnett County officials recently proclaimed September 11th through 17th as Darrell DeBow Week. This author's historical works chronicle the early history of the area. The books include photos and family history which provide perspective on the pioneer roots of the county. Also, at the same meeting, Burnett County officials unveiled a 9/11 banner. The project includes hundreds of local signatures on the banner, which will be sent to New York to commemorate the anniversary. Well, folks, that was your roundup. Thanks so much for tuning in with us to see how the Picayune does good for the community. I'm Amber Weems. See you next week.